I personally was in my office at the time on a Zoom call, and all of a sudden heard a noise like bookshelves, mini bookshelves falling. And I was like, that's the strangest sound. I got off the Zoom, I looked outside, and I saw smoke. I saw looked like debris, and I saw people running. So instincts took over. I went back into my office, lowered the blinds, locked the door, and hid under my desk. Heard some gunshots and other noises, didn't know exactly what they were. And at that point, I was on the ground, and the smoke had already gotten into my office because my office was adjacent to the hallway. And so I had to make a decision. How long was I going to put up with this? Did I feel I should run now? And I made the decision to run. So I ran out of the office, out the sanctuary doors, and there was only one other person out there at the time from our staff. So I had no clue. I knew our staff was inside, but I didn't know what the status of anybody was. I knew I was outside, but I was dealing with some smoke. And, luckily, law enforcement arrived and did what they do to keep us safe. I think you can feel multiple emotions at once. People are sad and shocked by what occurred because you never feel like it's going to happen at your place. And then on the flip side, there's a lot of gratitude. Gratitude to our security officials, gratitude to our preschool faculty and our staff who did everything right, gratitude to our partners here at the Shenandoah Country Club, gratitude to our law enforcement. There's a lot of gratitude because we had one gentleman get hurt and we had some officers deal with smoke challenges while trying to protect us. But at the end of the day, generally everyone was good, all the kids were safe, and that's what matters most. The training we did largely focused on active shooter and run, hide, fight. I think the training, when you go through a moment like that, you can have a hesitancy to freeze or, a likelihood to freeze because you're going through something. The training helped our staff prepare. And yes, we did a training 6 weeks ago, but we've done trainings before. When we're a house of worship, particularly a Jewish one, but any house of worship, we have to do trainings regularly. Our ECC, which is our childhood center, they go through training, our faculty, our staff, we all go through trainings, the clergy. So this was something we were prepared for, and unfortunately is a reality. And so the training helped us, and like I said, my instincts kicked in. I think if it weren't for the training, I wouldn't necessarily know what to do, but I've been through these trainings multiple times in my career as a synagogue professional. I think it's important, especially in a story like this, to show the compassion of relationships with us in the Chaldean community, all the people from different faiths that have reached out to us. I think we got to keep showing people the good in the world and make them realize that, we're all in this together and we're partners in life, and that's how things should be. Certainly, hate is something that sits with us, and we invest in security for these reasons. But I think highlighting the partnership, the relationships, the collaboration on a regular basis, that will drown out the hate.
For us, this was a local event yesterday. And it was terrifying in part because it happened just down the street. But it's not new and it's not surprising. We're seeing these things on the news all the time. They happen in other places, they happen in other states, in other countries, around the world. And I think we're becoming deaf to what's happening. We see these events and we file them away and we start to assume they're normal. And the worst thing we could do is normalize violence, especially when it comes to kids, or especially when it's houses of worship, any house of worship. So this one felt different because it was local, and our reactions, I think, are different. We're shaken in a way that maybe we weren't last time we heard of something somewhere else. But for anyone, anywhere in the world, wherever you are, I hope that people understand that this is not normal. This should not be accepted. And all of us together have some responsibility to figure out how we can move closer to a world where we aren't forced into situations like this.
We're shaken, we're rattled, and we'll be here tonight. We'll be here tomorrow. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be proud Jews, and that's what I continue to do. Is we'll be vigilant, and we're shaken, but we're still here, and we should continue to live our Jewish lives proudly.